Look at that. That's... Is it just me, or is this should be a lot more pigmented? I'm putting a lot on. Hi guys, James here, welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone's having a great day. In today's video guys, I'm so excited because I'm going to be playing with a whole lot of Morphe products. I have picked up a few items that are new to me, then I've got a whole lot of other stuff that are a bit older in my collection. Because it's a nice cold and rainy day outside, I thought it would be a nice day to stay inside and play with some old/new makeup in my collection. Now I'm going to highlight Morphe as a brand today. I don't have any of their foundations or concealers just because I've never really liked their foundations or concealers on my face, but I have setting powders, blush, bronzer, I've got lip products, and then I've got an eyeshadow palette to play with today. So that is today's video guys. I haven't done anything on my base besides put primer on. As you can see, I have a whole lot of like pigmentations on my face today, so we're going to try and cover all of this up. Actually, do I have my... I have everything set in front of me normally, but I don't. Oh yeah, I do. I've got my Nars little pot concealer. We need to cover some of this up. So I'm going to go in with my Nars pot concealer. This will be a longer video, guys, today. So prepared to, you know, sit down, get a coffee, get a tea, get a biscuit, you know, whatever you want to do to make my videos more enjoyable for you guys. I don't care if you have to take some alcohol to get through this video. Just like and subscribe if you do like it, because that really does help out my channel. I am slowly getting to 2,000 subscribers. That is my goal for the end of this year. I think I've got less than 30 to go, so I'm really, really excited. Sorry, I'm just looking in my mirror here. That's why I'm looking off screen, because I've got my mirror here. I'll just move it a bit closer. I like to underpaint with this. I'm almost out of this. I am using this product in my project pan for this month. I'm actually going really well with my project pan. The eyeshadow palette I'm using for my project pan, just so you know, I have that video up on my channel, is this Glaminatrix one, the grounded one. This is basically new to me. It's less than 5 weeks old in my collection, so there won't be like any like panned eyeshadow shades in that palette for the end of this month. But my blushes and my bronzers and setting powders I'm getting through. My primer, the e.l.f. primer, I have 2 of those of the same one. I've almost finished one up, so I'm going really well with my project pan, which I'm actually liking because it's kind of forcing me to use those products up because some of these items are a bit older in my collection. Now the foundation that I'm using today is part of my project pan. This is going to be the final use of this one today. Like, it's basically empty. I did buy a new one today. I wish I'd bought one earlier because it was on sale, half price at Priceline last week, but it wasn't this week when I went to the shop, so I did pay full price and it was $34. That's why I always usually wait until it goes on sale. But anyway, I've got one because I don't want to be out of my favorite foundation. So yeah, Project Pan is going very well. I hope everyone's having a great day or night wherever they're watching this from. I did say that it was a nice cold stormy day here in Perth, WA, Australia. We are having a cold front sweep through for the rest of this week. So basically I'm going to be staying inside, which is kind of good because I have to plan for my holiday. I have to start packing everything. Usually I pack like 2 weeks ahead of time, but this week I'm only going to do 1 week ahead. So I've got to wash a whole lot of clothes to make sure they're all going to be clean, pull out my snorkeling gear, make sure my GoPro and all the equipment for that is like all together, like memory cards, charging cords, SD cards, everything like that, because I will be trying to, I won't vlog, but I will show you some of my holiday with like the GoPros, underwater snorkeling and all that type of stuff. But I'm really, really excited for that. What else today did I do? I went to the shops and picked up this Morphe eyeshadow palette we're using today. I went to the shops to actually pick something up because it said on the website that it was available in store. But when I got there, they didn't have any of it. So I was like, wow, that's annoying. But I didn't make the trip for nothing. I did pick up some stuff for my holiday, like shirts and stuff like that. And some like boardies. We call them boardies, but they're basically swimming trunks. It's just the Aussie slang word for like board shorts. We call them boardies here in Australia. So I picked some of those up for the holiday. Just ones from Kmart, not very expensive. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm putting it there. I didn't need to, but now I feel like I have to put some here because it's gonna look weird. Anyway, yeah. So that is what I did today. It is currently 1 p.m. when I'm filming this. My cat, I think, is outside sunbaking. Well, he's laying in whatever sun there is before it starts getting cloudy again. Outside, and I'm hoping he stays out there until the end of this video. The rain has stopped for now, but if it does start, you'll be able to hear the rain on the roof. I do apologise, I have an aluminium roof or tin roof, whatever you call it, so I do apologise about that. But yeah, that is basically what I've done today. Let's squeeze the rest of this foundation out. I do have my little, what I use for my foundation tray is a little soap dish from Kmart. It's just great because I can just, okay, like there's nothing coming out of this. Okay, there we go. That's probably, I'll do a little bit more because I like a full coverage moment. So we put a lot on. Yeah, that's what I put my foundation on. I might have half a tube left in that. So it's the same shade as the one I got, so I can always mix those two. But yeah, this is my foundation tray. It's a little dirty on this end, but this is clean. And then I have like a little, this is a candle holder, a tea light candle holder. But I put my beauty blender in there because if I don't, it rolls into the foundation. So I just put it in there until I need it, and then I mix all my liquid stuff on this little soap dish that I can just wash off later. That's just what I found works for me. I used to have a cat before the one I've got now, and in the middle of the night, he would play with my beauty blenders and knock it into the foundation and then knock it onto the carpet. Because I didn't have like a soap dish, I just had like a dish, but it didn't have the sides. So I would wake up with paw print of foundation all through my like makeup area and on the carpet. Oh my god, that was so hard to clean. I'm so lucky that this is like my house and I don't have to like do rent inspection because it's a bitch to get foundation out of carpet. So anyway, that's why I have a little dish, because my cat used to just knock the little beauty blender sponges because he thought it would be fun to do that at 2 o'clock in the morning when I'm asleep and have me wake up to that when it's all dried into the carpet. Anyway, I'm digressing. Now, I'm just going to quickly speed through this part because you don't need to see my foundation routine, just because it's the same foundation I use in all my videos, and I'm going in with the W7 concealer as well. So I'm going to quickly just finish the rest of the concealer and foundation off camera, and then we can come back and play with the new Morphe Sudden Heat Cream Bronzer Stick. I've had this in my drawer for 2 weeks. I just haven't had time to play with it. So we're going to play with it today. I'm going to quickly do the rest of my face and I'll come back. Alright guys, we are back and this is what my face looks like right now. Not too bad. We're going to go in with this Morphe Sudden Heat Cream Bronzer Stick. This is in the shade Spark and it has 8 grams of product in it. Now I don't know what the price is because I did buy it 2 weeks ago. So I'll put the price up on screen in Australian dollars. Everything will be priced at. Ooh, this doesn't, okay. I thought this would have like a little cap on it, but it just comes off. The packaging's really nice. I must admit, Morphe's packaging, they've really stepped their game up with the packaging. And like these types of products, I'm really excited to see what's coming from Morphe, because I've always liked Morphe. I know a lot of people went off Morphe because they made a lot of people redundant and stuff suddenly in the US stores and stuff like that. And just the whole controversy with James Charles and Jeffrey and all that type of stuff. But I'm really liking their products, and I have always like been faithful to them. Yeah, I really like their products. And if they keep coming up with like blushes and bronzers and stuff like that, like they have been lately, yeah, I think they are on a winning formula there. And I know they were bankrupt like a couple years ago, but they're pulling it back. I've got this new brush that I'm trying to get into, but I can't open it. Okay, I made a hole in it. This is just a brush from Kmart I bought today because I wanted to try this bronzer and I wanted to use a brand new brush. So that's what we're doing today. Oh god, it's got all these little plastic things on it. Alright, we're just going to use it. It's got these little plastic things on it. I can't be bothered trying to get scissors and cut that off. Oh, okay, this brush. I don't know if it's meant to be like that. It seems like it's got like a little hole there. I don't really know what that's all about, but we're using this brush to blend this out with because it's clean and all my other ones are dirty, and I want to give like a true first impressions using this with a clean brush. Look how easy that was to blend out. Oh, that's good. Maybe could have gone a little bit darker, maybe a darker shade, because it's kind of blending into the foundation. I could just put more on, but let's just blend all of this out on the forehead before we go in with a bit more. Look how easy that is blending though. Like these bronzer sticks I'm really liking. I did have my LYS one that was going to be part of my project pan for this month, but when I tried to show you on camera, it broke in half and then fell on my table, and it had cat hair all over it because my cat was laying on my table at the time. So I just threw that away. But maybe I can use this new bronzer from Morphe in the next project pan for next month, because I can see myself really using this. Now, I think that's quite nice. I would probably go in with a powder bronzer after I've set my face to really amp up the forehead and the cheeks a bit more, but I'm liking that. Might just go in with a little bit more on the cheeks right here. I will also go in with another contour cream stick just right where I put this, just because I like a little bit more of a darker shade, and I wanted to buy one of these just to test it out, and if I need to later on, I can always buy a darker shade to get that like hollow cheeks vibe that I like. But for the first impressions, like that blended out, and I'm really happy with the way that's looking. So now I'm just going to quickly go in with this NYX Professional Wonder Stick. This is the darker shade that I was mentioning. I'm just going to put a little bit here just at the like hollows of my cheeks where the sideburns are basically starting. And I'm just going to go in with the smaller side of the brush, and we're just going to blend that out into like the sideburn area and the cheeks right here. Oh, this brush is actually really good. $6 it came out for a dual end brush like this. Like, look at that. I don't know what's happening with that part of the brush, but it's still actually blended out really nicely. This brush just blends out that product so easily and so quickly. Whatever product I've got left, I'm just going to contour the nose a little bit on the side. And wow, this brush is perfect for that as well. Look at that. Really happy with this brush. $6 again came out. You just can't say no to prices like that. Alright, I'm happy with the way that is looking. Now let's go in. Do I have one of these that are clean? I have a whole lot of these like sponges. This is clean enough. I have a lot of these. You've seen me set my face with Morphe's setting powder. This is the pink one. I'm just going to go straight into the product and blend it out on the back of my hand. This is not new. I've had this for probably 4 or 5 months now. So I'm just going to quickly do this and move on to the next step. But I do have to say this powder is really nice. I wish Morphe did like a pressed powder of this version, just because I'm really loving pressed powder right now. Sometimes the loose powder can get very messy. If I was going to travel with a setting powder, I would always travel with a pressed setting powder. And I know that might like be a little risky with it breaking or shattering, like the makeup pan, because it's pressed, might break or crack in transit. But I do think that pressed setting powder is a lot easier to travel with, just because you're not getting powder all over the bathroom that you're doing your makeup in if you're in a hotel or something like that, or all over the carpet. You just don't get any extra powder everywhere. But that is just literally personal preference. I just like a pressed powder right now, and I wish Morphe did a version of this in the pressed powder form. I don't think they do, because I haven't seen it. I would have bought it if they had. Maybe it's not in store. I do buy all my products from Mecca Max. I actually try to buy some stuff from Morphe's online Australian site, but every time I click to buy something, it actually takes me to Mecca Max's website. So I don't really know what's happening there. I mean, have they stopped selling things on Morphe's website in Australia? Are they just selling it at Mecca Max right now? Just because there were a few items that went at my local Mecca Max, and I just wanted to buy some brushes that were sold out at the store. So I thought, okay, I'll go online and buy it from Morphe because they had a sale on. But every time I clicked on something, it would take me to Mecca Max's store. So I don't know what's happening there. Maybe they have stopped selling online in Australia and only selling through Mecca Max stores. Maybe, I just don't know, but I didn't end up buying anything in that sale because I couldn't, because it just redirected me to the Mecca Max stores. Alright, I'm just going to quickly set the rest of my face with this powder. I'm going to do that off camera, save some time, then we can come back and do blush, so I'll be right back. Alright, we are back. Face is completely powdered. I am going to change my shirt. I know that might trigger some people seeing all of the foundation lines of makeup stains on this shirt. This is a $6 shirt from Kmart. I will change into a new shirt after I've done my blush and set my face with setting spray. You won't have to see this through the whole video, I do apologize. But yeah, like I said, my face is set. So now we're going in with this Morphe blush. This is the Trio blush in the shade Cheeks Thrill, I think. The really hot pink one. I love this one, so pretty. Really pretty. I don't use the shimmer version because I just recently found out that is more of a gloss, this one here, than an actual shimmer powder. I thought it was more of like a a blush topper highlighter, but the actual formula is like a gloss, and I just don't understand how people can use that. I don't get it, because as soon as I put this on my face and then I put powder over it, it's just going to ball up because it's more of a gloss formula. It's going to ball up, and I don't see how this works with setting powder. But maybe people who like the dewy finish without the matte finish like I do, use it. But that is a shade I don't think I will use. I'm going to go in with my Morphe little blush brush. It is dirty, but we're just going to use it. This is not a new product for me. I've used this on my channel before, so we're not doing your first impressions with this. Just loading up my blush brush with some of that pink. Why is that? Okay, there's the pigment. I was like, where's the pigment gone? Like, is it expired? I've only had it for 6 months. I don't remember it taking like 4 or 5 like dips into this palette to get it to show up. It's starting to get there, but I was kind of panicking just because I remember this being really, really pigmented. But this, I mean, it's there, but I've had to dip in like 7 or 8 times to get it to this stage. All right, like I'm loading up my brush. Okay, that's a lot. Yeah, see, even a lot, it's like, look at that. That's, is it just me, or is this should be a lot more pigmented? I'm putting a lot on. Like, that, look at that. That's so much pigment there. I don't know if it's just me or if the lights are washing it out, but on camera it's not really showing up. Okay, it's a bit more there than this side. Now I'm going to have to go in on this side a bit more. Anyway, I do like this. I remember liking the shade and everything because I like pink and peach blushes, but this is just, I mean, it's a lot of work. Blush shouldn't take this long to get to this stage. But whatever, it's there, so that's good. It's not expired completely, I don't think. It shouldn't be expired. I've had this less than a year, and this does have a 24 months expiry date, so I don't know what it's going to look like in 12 months, let alone 24 months, because I've only had this less than 6 months. Okay. I think my blush looks uneven now. This is kind of throwing me off. But anyway, we're just going to continue. That is blush done, guys. I'm now just going to quickly go in with this W7 Browsome little brow gel. I'm going to run that through my brows. I'm going to set my face with my Peel Away setting spray. This one here, Ready, Set, Slay. Look at that. This is my like project pan as well. That's where it was, and now it's up to here. So I've used quite a lot of that. I'm really happy with the progress of that because I like to use all my products up. But we can talk about that in next week's video when I do like the end of the month project pan video. So let me just quickly do my brows off camera, set my face, and then I'll come back with a new shirt, and then we can go and play with the new eyeshadow palette. So I'll be right back. And we are back. New shirt, brows are on, face is completely set. I'm quite happy with the way it's looking. So let's go on with the eyeshadow palette. This is why we're all here, because, you know, we love a good eyeshadow palette moment. This is the Morphe Skyfire eyeshadow palette. 6 pans. It has 7.5 grams of product in it. It is cruelty-free, vegan-free, and it is eye-safe with a 24-month expiry date on it, which is good. We love a good value for money. If we can get an eyeshadow palette that lasts for 24 months, then great value for money. The packaging is very luxe. It feels really nice. Oh, yep, nothing's broken, which is great. Oh, that is a really pretty color story. I picked this because this one had the most colors in my opinion. There were some like cool tone gray ones with some nice shimmers in it, and there was like a peachy one, but this one was the one that had the most color in it, so I picked this one up. And it's really, really pretty. I did swatch some of these in store. I didn't swatch the brown shade, and that actually looks like a sequence, not a matte, this one here. I thought that was a matte. It might be a matte, but it looks like it has shimmer in it. So there are 2 mattes and 4 shimmers with 3 different formulas from what I can see. These 2 are the same formula. This one is a different like shimmer formula, and then this one is like a sequin brown cool tone. Okay, so this palette comes with 4 different formulas, 2 mattes, 2 different shimmers, 1 shimmer, and then a sequin shimmer matte shade. It probably actually has all the information on here. Let's see. Define and Shine Create limitless look with your mixture of silky elevated formula finishes. Ready to amp up. Add ultra reflective formula flexing metal eyeshadow. Oh, whatever, that didn't even make sense. Whatever. This is the palette. We're going to go in with it. Let me just quickly get rid of these creases on my eyelids. I did actually buy a new eye primer today from Glam Rider. They just released a new eyeshadow primer, and it's actually Glam Rider's own brand. So I'm going to try that out probably when I come back from my holidays, because I just ordered it, and it'll probably be here next week, and I'll be away next week. So in 2 or 3 weeks we'll play with that. But today we've just got foundation on my eyes. Alright, so I'm going to go in with, I really want to play with all these shimmers. I'm going to go in with these don't have any shade names. Oh, they do. We're going to go into this one. We're going to go into this one, put this in the inner corner. I don't know if I'll play with that one. We'll go with these two first, because they're the ones that I really wanted to play with matte-wise. So we'll start with the eggplant purple and put that on the outer edge and just blend out. I'm going to do just an easy eyeshadow tutorial, mainly just testing out the formulas. I have actually liked most of Morphe's eyeshadow palettes that I've tested. The Meredith X Duckberry palette, the big rainbow palette, I didn't really like that. I still actually have that one. It wasn't my favorite eyeshadow formula, so I didn't really like that. But the other palettes that I've tried I liked. Besides the Morphe X Duckberry palette, I did have a Morphe 2 palette when they were doing Morphe 2. I don't think this is part of Morphe 2. I think this is just Morphe. The whole Morphe 2, I don't know if that actually worked or what happened to that range, but I did get an eyeshadow palette and test that out on my channel, and I like the formula. I'm not going to lie, the formula was good. So most of the products that I've actually tried from Morphe I actually like. Besides the foundation concealer, I thought they were terrible, but all the blushes and bronzers and highlighters that I've tried in the last 6 years that I've been playing with makeup, I've actually really liked. So I do expect that I'm going to like this formula. It's blending out quite nicely. Purples are quite hard to make, and this is almost like a pastel formula, so it's going to be a little hard to keep the colour there and saturated on the eyelid, just because a lot of pastel shades kind of dissipate on your eyes throughout the day. So I don't know how long this will last and how well it will last colour-wise on your eyes, but for now it's actually laying down quite nicely. So I'm quite happy with the way that it's going. This matte is blending out quite nicely. I know it hasn't really moved at all because I've just been talking, not really concentrating. So let me quickly just blend this out on both eyes, and then I'll come back and we can go in with the next shade. But as you can see, the colours on the eyelid, it's laying down nicely, it's blending out nicely, so it's doing what a matte should do. So I'm quite happy with that. I'll be right back. Alright guys, we are back, and I blended out that shade. What shade was it again? Oh god, I always forget because it's this one here, Glow Pressure. I blended out Glow Pressure. It's pretty. It's a light wash of colour. This is as much as I can get it to build up. It's not going to go any darker or more pigmented because of the shade that it is. But I'm happy with it. But I do think it's a pretty colour, so I keep looking at the mirror next to me. I think it's a pretty colour. So we're going to go in with the, this blue shade, which is the shade Teal Thunder. That's a pretty name, actually. This is what, no. Out of the blue. I think it's Out of the Blue. Or is it Teal? Which one would you... That looks more teal than this one. See, with these shade names, sometimes the shades are flipped. So it's this one, but it's not that one. It's that number. Anyway, it's the blue one. You know what I mean. I just find it confusing sometimes. We're going to go in with this Glamonatrix brush. This is the EO3, this one here. I blended out the initial shade with the Morphe one. We're going to go in with the Glamonatrix one. Oh, that is pigmented. That's really pretty. Another pastel blue, so it's probably going to need a little bit more of a build-up moment, but we can do that, and I think this brush is going to be perfect for that, because it's more of a dense packing brush, but you can use it to blend out the shades as well. So I think this brush would be perfect for the inner corner part. Oh, that's pretty. It's just a nice bluish grey shade. Really pretty. I'm actually happy I picked this palette up. I probably should have put the blue on the outer edge and the purple in the inner part, because I feel like the blue is actually darker than the purple. I thought it was going to be the other way around, but that blue is very pigmented, and I haven't put on as much as what I did with the purple. So if I did really pack on this blue, I could probably really deepen up the outer corner if I put it on the outer corner first, but I'm just going to continue with it in the inner corner. It's a pretty colour. And now just let me quickly put this on the other eye, pack it on, and then we can swatch some of those shimmers. I'll swatch all 4 shimmers on the back of my hand, and that will help me decide which one we are actually going to play with on the eyes today. But this shade is blending out really, really nicely. Yeah, I'm liking this. Alright, all that blue is blended out and we are back. The rain has started, so you can probably hear that on the roof. I'm really happy with the way this is looking matte wise. This is giving me like almost candy fairy floss vibes. The pink and the pinky purple and the blue together, really nice. But now let's swatch some of these shimmers. Now I know some of these shades, like these 2 middle ones, they're like malted metals, that's what they're called, and you can actually wet them with a setting spray and then apply it with a packing brush on your eyes. I'm just going to swatch them raw with my finger just to show you what it looks like without like any setting spray on it, just because I don't really like putting setting spray on my shimmers and putting it on the eyes. They just don't really transfer or wear well on my eyes because my eyes are quite old, but they did not swatch very well at all. Now they are topper shades. I'm just hoping the light will adjust so you can kind of see. Yeah, that's them swatch there. That's okay. That was a bit of a letdown. Let's swatch this. This one here is like more of a true full pigment shimmer, really pretty. This shade here is a lot more up my alley, really pretty. Just waiting for the lights to adjust because they are washing the shade out a lot. Come on, lights, there we go. Alright, that's a lot better. And then lastly, we're going to swatch this brownish like satin shade. Satin matte shade, whatever it is. It's a really dark shade. I might actually do that as a line on my... Oh, that swatched quite nicely. That's a really good swatch. Oh, I'm happy with that. Alright, that brown's really nice. But I don't think it's going to look good as a shimmer on my eye. I just don't think it will wear well. Don't know what to do. Let me actually spray my brush here. I'll spray this flat packing brush. And I'm going to put it in one of those malted metal shades that I've seen people and influencers do on TikTok, and see if that actually does change it. So I'm just going in with like the purple bluish shade. Okay, so that's what it looks like when it's all like on the brush wet. Now let's swatch it on the back of my hand. Okay, that swatched a lot better. So it's a lot better than this one here. Again, waiting for the camera lights to adjust. Yeah, so you can see the big difference there. That is a big, big difference. I just don't know how it will dry down on the eyes. Like, because it's so wet, I have to wait until it dries, because if I don't and I'm quite hooded, it's just going to transfer and it's going to get patchy. That's why I don't really like putting like liquids on the shimmers, because I'm just so hooded. But that's really pretty. Like, that's dried down really nicely. What to do? Let's go in with this shade here in the inner part of my eye, and we'll just see what it looks like without anything on the outer edge and just this shimmer. This shade is pretty. It's not really like my favorite type of formula. I like more of a foiled shimmer like from Glamournatrix. This is more of like a matte cosmetics shimmer, which is not my favorite formula, but it's pretty. I like the color. I just wish it was foiled. Alright guys, we are back and all that shimmer is done. I decided just to go on with that one shimmer because I really like the way it looks against the purple and the blue matte shades. So I'm happy with the way it's looking. There was a bit of fallout with that shimmer, so I did have to sweep some of that away. But yeah, I think the eye look is pretty. I might go in with the, I don't know what shade name that is, but we're going to go in with that one maybe in the inner corner. But I'm just going to go off camera now and just go on with the bottom lash line with the same matte shades, and then I'm going to run something in the waterline. So I'm going to quickly do that. I'll come back and then we can finish off this look. Now I don't have a highlighter, so I might just go in with my highlighter that I'm using for my project pan for this month. For eyeliner today, I'm going to go in with this Morphe shade Poolside in the waterline, so I'm going to do that off camera as well. And then for the lips, I'm just going to go in with this combination. This is the matte lipstick in the shade Play Games. It's just a purple dark lip shade, and then for the lip liner, I've got this Morphe lip liner as well, which is a purple one. So I'm going to use that combination on my lips. So I'm going to do that off camera as well to save some time. And then I'll come back and I'll show you the final result. So this is the final look. I am really happy with it. Now, I didn't go in with lashes just because lashes are just the bane of my existence right now. I've only had one good lash application in the last month, and I don't want to have to fight with any lashes today. So we are just going lash free, and I hope you guys don't mind that. But yeah, I'm really happy with this final look. The lip is very bold, but I love a deep eggplant purple. It's just one of my favorites. I haven't put any lip gloss on. I just love this almost velvet matte lip finish that I've got on. So yeah, I'm really happy with the final look. Let me just show you everything. Yeah, guys, I'm really happy with this. And now I'll just quickly zoom you out so we can finish talking about everything that I used today. So let's start with this Morphe eyeshadow palette. I actually really like the mattes out of it. Now, there are only 2 mattes. God, I can't open it again. There are only 2 mattes. The rest are shimmers. So I don't know how often I will use this palette for the mattes, just because it's going to always be the same type of matte look that I do with this palette, being that it's only 2 mattes in this palette. The shimmers, I really like this like teal blue moment, really like that. These ones, they're a bit hard for me to use because you do have to use the setting spray, just because you saw me swatch those, like that swatch there compared to that one. There's a huge difference there. So don't really know if I'll ever use these shimmers again, maybe in a creative makeup look. This matte brown, like cool tone brown, the way that's swatched, I will definitely dip into that. Like, I think this is a magnetic pan, so I might actually be able to take this brown shade out and put it with my Glamour-Natrix shimmers, because I definitely will use this deep brown with the Glamour-Natrix shimmers. In my mind, I can already see multiple looks I can use using that matte shade. So I think this is a magnetic pan. I'm going to have to test it out, but from what I can see, it is. The matte shades are really nice, and the shimmer that I used is very nice as well. So I would give that probably an 8 out of 10, just because 2 shimmers I don't really use, and that's just because I'm hooded and my eyes don't really work with wet shimmers. They just transfer and everything like that. So that's the only thing wrong with that palette. The other new item I used was this bronzer contour stick. I actually really like this. I would probably get a deeper shade next time, just because I feel like it blended out a little bit too much. I didn't end up going in with a powder bronzer because I just wanted to use this today, but it did blend out seamlessly. So there's nothing wrong with the blending of this product. I just think I could have gone in with a deeper shade for my skin tone, but nothing wrong with this product. Everything else is not new to me, so I'm not going to talk about those because I actually love everything. The blush, I was a bit surprised with the lack of pigment with it. Thank God it was buildable, and you can see the blush on my cheeks, but it did leave me wondering why it wasn't as pigmented as the first time I used it. Like, it's not been sitting out, it hasn't dried out or anything, it's not been sitting open, but anyway, at the end of the day, it did work, so I'm pretty happy with that. Now, the eyeliner, I'm probably going to throw in the bin because it was a bit old, and I mean, it's still there. Actually, this one in the waterline, it's actually lifting. So it's probably expired. I probably should throw that away. It's been over 2.5, 3 years now. So it's time that needs to be thrown away. The lip combination is an OG lip combination for me. I love this purple lip. It's one of my favorites, and I've done it multiple times in my YouTube videos and Instagram posts. I've probably been doing this lip combination for over 2.5, 3 years. So it's an oldie and a goodie. I don't know if they've got that lip shade available on Morphe's website anymore. They might have got rid of those and rebranded. But yeah, guys, everything else is not new to me. Setting powder, I like setting powder. I wish there was a pressed version of it, but the setting powder does exactly what it's meant to. It blurs and mattifies everything, which is what I like. And with that, guys, I think I've covered everything in today's video. I hope you like these types of videos. If you do, don't forget to give me a like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below. Now, I did try to shorten this video by blending a lot of the eyeshadow off camera and coming back, so I hope the video wasn't too long in the end, and I hope you enjoyed watching it. With that, guys, I'm going to love and leave you, and I'm going to see you in the next one. All my love. Bye.